So it is 4:30. I'm on my way to work. I work from 5:30 till 9:15. No, 9:45. 5:30 to 9:45. But from 5:30 to 8, it is a weird training thing that literally no one knew what it was until a few days ago. And apparently it is a CP welcoming event. And I think it's for the entirety of entertainment at Hollywood Studios, but that might just be wrong. It might just be PhotoPass. I'm not sure. All I know is it's definitely PhotoPass, but I have to wear business casual for it, so I'm not that excited about that. I'm wearing my work shoes though because I don't really want to wear flats. They're super uncomfortable, and I'm gonna see if I can just get away with wearing my work shoes because I have to work for an hour and 45 minutes after that. So most people have a shift like before, so they're gonna be coming all sweaty and gross, and then they get to leave and I have to stay. So that's fun. But we'll see. I'll update you later on what the heck this is like. Alright, so I just got home from the weird park tour, like 5-hour shift thing that I didn't 5-hour. It was only 4 hours. Let's not give them that much credit. And it was fun. I mean, so everyone else had shifts beforehand, so everybody else was already there. And it started at 5:30. Started at 5:30, and it was at Pizza Rizzo's, which is actually closed right now because it's seasonal. So it was like literally empty, and we like went upstairs, and like I think it's just like a private, I don't know, like a private room thing. And they had like a disco ball going, and there were like lights. It was super cute. And like basically, first of all, there were assigned seats because they knew if it was up to us, we all would sit with like our like cliques. So like all the PhotoPass people would sit together, and all the so it was pretty much, it was entertainment. So it was all PhotoPass people, all character performers, and all character attendants. And basically all of our leaders were there, and all the leaders went around and like said how their like Disney journey went and stuff. And honestly, it was super inspirational, and like by the end of it, I was like, I can be Bob Iger. So, but then at the end, so like since we had assigned seating, I was sitting with like random people, and I was only with one other PhotoPass girl, and like I didn't really know her that well. But at the end, they made us do a scavenger hunt. And immediately, one of the girls at my table got way too into it and was super aggressive about it. And have in mind, we were all dressed in business casual. So I was wearing the most uncomfortable shoes ever. Like falling apart flats that I've had for literal years. If Joe remembers, for all the orchestra concerts, we had to wear all black. I literally, the flats from those orchestra concerts, I still wear, and I wore them today. So they give us a scavenger hunt. Everyone has different stuff, and we're like, and the paper is flat down on the table, and like they count us down, and they pretty much were like, oh, just be back by, I think it was like around 7:15 it started, and they were like, oh, be back by like 7:40 because the event was ending at 8. And we're like, okay, cool. So they were like, okay, and go. And immediately, two of the girls grab the paper and like book it. And they made a point to say you have to stay with your group because at each of the things, I think there was like 4 or 5 things we had to find. You had to take a picture with your group. So we had to stay together because you had to stay together for the group photo for every single thing you go to. So why these 2 girls immediately booked it and tried to like leave, I have no idea. So they like get in front of everybody, and me and this other PhotoPass girl look at each other, and we're just like, okay. And so we finally like pretty much run up to meet with them, and like have in mind this, like we're on stage, like we're in the park. We take our name tags off so like no one knows obviously that we're working or anything, because then they'd start asking us questions and it would be bad. And it was a good thing that we were wearing name tags because these girls are freaking running in the parks. We're not allowed to run in the parks. We're also in business casual, so why are you wanting to run in like your mini dress? I don't understand. And one of the girls starts talking about how she's gonna win, and she kept like saying we have to rally, and I was like, I'm not rallying anywhere. We can walk there, it's fine. So like one of the first things we had to do is we had to take a picture in front of the alien swirling saucers, or as I call it, ASS, which is like the first letter of every, I'm explaining a joke, it doesn't matter. And so that's all the way in Toy Story Land, and we were in the Muppet. We were in Animation Courtyard, which, like, isn't far, especially because we just cut backstage because we could. And so the girls start booking it, and have in mind, your girl hasn't been to Toy Story Land before. I work at Hollywood Studios, and I've never been to Toy Story Land, so it was a time. But basically, long story short, they wanted to run the entire time, and me and the other girl were like, not happening. So they would get there and have to wait for us for the photo. Because then after that, we had to go all the way to the front of the park for the next thing. So literally we had to, like, they were running through Hollywood Studios, and we were like, so eventually we got back to Pizza Rizzo's, and they're like running up the stairs to like get there, and they're like so freaking hyped. Meanwhile, I'm like, girl, I'm like dying because we're literally having to like speed walk after these people. And it was like hot. Like, it was hot today before the sun went down and all that. So it was around like 7:30, and it was still really hot, and I was like, I'm gonna die via these character attendants / character performers. And we get there, and we're quote unquote second, even though there was no prize for winning or being first. And the girl's really upset, and I was just like, oh well. Hey y'all. So I would just like to say I just tried to record and my phone stopped recording to start playing a Spotify playlist. So I just got off of work. It is almost 10 p.m. I was closing the View again, which is, again, reminder where you print photos and troubleshoot and all that jazz. And it was low-key a disaster because only one of our printers, we have 5 or 6? I think we have 5. We have 5 printers, and one of them was out of ink. Only one. And because of that one, none of them stopped printing. Well, that's not... None of them printed. They all stopped printing, which was dumb. So I literally, from what I was told, if you don't have time to change it, which we were in the rush, you just turn it off, and then the prints will be sent to a different printer. So I stopped the prints, turned the printer off, reprinted them, and they just didn't happen. We had to call a leader. The leader had to call a coordinator. There was only one coordinator left working, but they were at base. They had to lock up base, come down. I had a family who had 3 photos printed out of 5, and they had to wait an extra like 25-30 minutes for me to finish printing them. And I had to change the ink and the paper, and I had no idea how to do it because for some reason they never trained us in how to do that during training, which you'd think would be an important detail, but like I guess it's not. And so I learned today how to change the ribbon ink and how to put the paper in, and the paper kept going in wrong and jamming and being dumb. So that was fun. But we eventually got through it and somehow clocked out right on time. There was also a merchandise cast member there who kept talking shit. And I was like, listen here, Carol. Her real name too, not even fake name. Her real name was Carol. Wow, it's me, your girl, going to work again, which I feel is like all I'm doing in this vlog, which is fine. And it is 9 a.m. and I actually have more than a 6-hour shift today. I have a 10-hour shift. So it's one extreme or the other. So I actually get more than a 15-minute break, so I'm hype. It is also very cold today. I would say it's Florida freezing today. It is 48 degrees, and I think the high is like 53, 54, I believe. So people are probably going to be all on a freaking fuss today. Oh my god. Calm down. I think my windshield wipers, like, that's fine, whatever. And I'm on Sunset today all day, so I'll just be outside chilling, literally chilling because it's fucking cold. But I have a really warm coat, so I'm good. I have The Sims loading in the background waiting for that to happen, and while that's happening, I'm gonna give you a little haul of what I got at Cast Connections today. So we went early because today, apparently on Thursdays, is when they restock. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, from what we saw, they had a lot more stuff than what they usually do, so I guess it's true. So I'm just gonna everything first. Oh, those are surprises for you. Can't take those out. Okay. So first we went to Mickey's Treasures, which is where all the broken stuff goes. And turned my sound off of my computer so you don't get deafened by the Sims 4 music playing. So the first place I go in Mickey's Treasures is some random little corner that they always put the pins in, because they always have just like broken pins there and they're usually super cheap. Is there like someone outside my door? Whatever. So I got some pins, and the first one was this Mickey 2019 one. Beauty vlogger, will it? Ooh, doesn't matter. Basically, there's really nothing wrong with this. There's a tiny scratch like right near the 9 that I bet you can't even see. And other than that, there's nothing. And I'm pretty sure that was like $3. That's the wrong one. I don't have the receipt, but all of these pins together were $10, so I believe it was around $3. Then there was this Stitch one. And it's because there's one missing, and I think someone stole Lilo and left Stitch, and so it was there. Originally $14.99 because it came with 2 pins, but I got it for $3, and the Stitch one is literally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that someone stole the other one. And then this one was the one I was most excited about because I've wanted this pin forever, and it is the grape soda pin, and there's nothing wrong with it other than the fact that there is a tiny, tiny scratch. Can you see? It's like on the G. It's like right there. There's basically, you can't really tell unless you really looked at it that there's a scratch on it, and I got that for $3. So pins, nailed it. And then the regular Cast Connections, there was a bunch of Run Disney stuff because the Princess Marathon just happened. So I'm not really that interested in that, but I did find this super cute shirt. Let's see if I can get it. It's like a vintage tee of like Snow White, and it says Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Walt Disney's, and it has little, and they're basically like, okay, shirt I'm trying to show. And basically all the figures are just super old and vintage, and they're just super cute, and I think this would look really cute with a pair of jeans, and that was $9. And originally I think it was $30. Yeah, originally it was $30. And I got it for $9, and it's just super cute. And I just needed a t-shirt because I don't have a lot of Disney t-shirts, and every time I go to the parks with people, they have cute Disney outfits, and I don't. So that's what I got. So together I spent $19, and I got a shirt and 3 pins and gifts for you guys, which was $1 because together they were 50 cents each. So we came to Walgreens to get candy for the movie, and I thought it'd be a quick decision, and literally look how much candy is here. And it's all on sale. But wait, there's more. How is a girl supposed to make a decision? So today is March 8th, and it is International Women's Day. So I'm on my way to Hollywood Studios. It's later in the day. It's around 4:15-ish right now. And I'm on my way to Hollywood Studios because today and today only, well, kind of. Sometimes if it rains. But today, Ray is meeting with Chewbacca all day. So me and a bunch of my coworkers are going to go see Ray, get some pictures with Ray. I don't know what else. Pretty much just hang out. I mean, the park closes at 8, so it's not going to be a super long excursion, but I had to clean all this morning because our inspection started, so I've been cleaning all day. So I decided to take a break and go see Ray.